Sander, we've gone crashing out of the Europa League at the semi-final stage. Third semi-final reached this season, third semi-final lost. A tough one to take today. Done enough to win the game again, you could argue. Done enough, created more than enough opportunities. Same as Copenhagen. I keep saying it, and I will say it to you. 33 chances created, I think it is, in 2 games, and only 2 penalties scored. The inquest going into, do we need better strikers? The inquest going into the centre-back partnership. The inquest going into the full-backs. It almost feels like after seeing progress and being a bit chuffed that we got third and that actually a bit of realism is coming into it? Or are you looking at it like, hold on, steady on, it just wasn't our day 2 games in a row? How do you see it?
I always say it to you, Flex. It's always a balance. Like when we got top 4, it wasn't we were the best team in the world, and now we've crashed out the Europa League. It's not we're worst team in the world. We needed strengthening after getting third, and we still need strengthening now. I think. Listen, I came into today thinking, I'm not really going to care too much. Listen, it's the Europa League. If we win it, we win it. If we don't, we don't. We lose, I sort of end up thinking, it turns out I do care, man. It is gutting, but you know what? In a way, it could be a blessing in disguise because, if we went on to win that, you know what Ed's like. He might think, I could spare a few pennies here. Like, do you know what I mean? But then now, we've come crashing out of it. Ollie's come out in his post-match interviews and said we need to strengthen. This is the first thing he's gone to. So
is that what he said? I haven't seen it.
We need to strengthen. That was the title of the interview on YouTube. So he's come out and said that, and so hopefully him and Ed can really go on with a vengeance now, with a bit of pain in their hearts, because that's what you need. You don't want to feel like you've achieved everything, you've achieved all your goals and things like that, because we haven't. But if you had won the Europa League and you had made top 4, some might think that we might have achieved all our goals. So you don't go into next season with that pain and that that hurts, that you need to succeed and really go out and strengthen. So hopefully we can do that. But as you say, mate, I thought we were good enough today. Absolutely. We created so many chances, and listen, it should have been a penalty. I think it was on Bruno again at some point. That ref was off his nut. And refs can have off games, everyone can have off days, but he really didn't have a good one today. Their goal shouldn't have been a goal. It was a throw-in. So listen, that's football for you. It goes one way or the other. But the most important thing is, as I said, as soon as the game finished on Twitter, on to next season. Now we go and strengthen.
But on our performance, though, Sander, you touched on a lot of occurrences there decisions that didn't go our way. I understand that because that is part of football. I suppose that's the thing. The fact that Martial couldn't finish his dinner, Mason Greenwood had chances, and I suppose the inquest in the back there. You say we're 1-0 up, and if we just defend properly, I know it's a cliche or easy to say, but Sevilla probably don't score. You look at the types of goals that we conceded today, really poor goals to concede. And we'll get to the front line for not finishing their dinner in a second, because, the blame game is an interesting one and you've got to look at it at both points. But how concerned are you? I mean, you've had huge criticism for Lindelof. I know you're not one to be like, I told you so, I told you about this. That's not really your style. But because I know you have said that in the past, and you can see today he was at fault for a goal there. He had involvement in both. Wan-Bissaka, poor. Brandon Williams, not quite at it. The first goal, I don't even think Harry Maguire was even looking. I saw him looking over there somewhere. What's going on?
I don't know, mate. I'm not a football expert, but what I can say is I'm a football fan, and as you say, I've been critical of Lindelof over the season. I actually thought he did quite well today. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he did quite well, and I've actually in the last couple of weeks been quite full of praise for Lindelof at times. But that goal, mate, it was so shambolic, mate. And he was having a go at Bruno after, or Bruno was having a go at him regardless. That wasn't good enough defensively. And I thought Fred did quite well in the midfield defensively as well. Going forward, he struggles every time. I think it was Bruno had the ball, and me and my mate were saying, we were watching the game together, we said I'd rather give Rashford the ball in a marked position than Fred the ball in an unmarked position in that sort of situation, because every time he gets the ball, he can't do anything with it going forward. But defensively, he did well. But again, Flex, it really is just about going on and strengthening. I think we've got a good 11. Mate, I was getting bantered by Arsenal fans.
I've just tweeted before I've done this. I said, bless them. They're a weird bunch. But you know what?
I said to him, go and win it for us. I said, go and win it for us next season, man. I said, go and in the group chat, my 2 lads, they'll be watching this. And I said, go and win it for us. We'll be in other competitions, focusing on other things. You do us justice, yeah, Arsenal? Make sure you get that right.
Listen, I haven't heard from Robbie in ages. He's messaging me, sending me pictures. I'm like, 8th and Europa League again. Yes, they've got. Anyway, let's not talk about them.
Yeah. Sorry,
they're fun. They're a funny bunch. They're a funny bunch. Look, I've asked everyone this, and I feel like it's so appropriate. You spoke about Ollie staying there. He needs to strengthen.
Yeah.
Has your mindset changed on the priorities for this transfer window after what you've been seeing unravel over the last couple of games?
Nah, not really. I think my priorities were always that Jadon Sancho was an important player to get in, but you don't get him at the detriment to other signings. I think I've said that. I've been doing transfer shows on the United Stand, and I've always said that 120 million is a lot of money, but if you can afford it and more, then you do so. But you don't do that and get a shiny new toy when everything else needs building as well. Jadon Sancho, we absolutely need him. You saw Daniel James come off the bench today, and I felt so sorry for him. Me and my mate again were saying, like, the guy is just so void of any quality on the ball. I feel like, mate, he seems to be so quick and he's got ability, and I hope to God he does well at Manchester United or continues to have a great career elsewhere. But from what I've seen of him so far, and he is a young lad, but what I've seen of him so far is he's so just void of any quality on the ball, as I said. And so you see him come on today. If that's Jadon Sancho, that might be a different story, right? And so yes, you do need Jadon Sancho, but again, as I said, my priorities were always everyone other positions as well. You need that central defensive midfielder position sorted out. I think Fred did well today, but there's at times been questions over him. McTominay, I'm not sure. And Matic can't play a full season. You need left back sorted out, absolutely, because Luke Shaw can't do a season fit. Brandon Williams looks shaky at times. I know Goldbridge has said that he prefers him on the right hand side because he's tendency to play with his right foot. So that position needs sorting out as well. Centre back needs sorting out. There's so many positions that need sorting out. So as I said, you don't go and spend all your money on Jadon Sancho. If you can afford it and some, then you do. But so many positions that need strengthening, mate.
To finish off, Sander, have we made progress this season, or do we think? No, actually, let me start that question again. Do you think we've made as much progress as we think we have?
Well, it depends on who you are. It depends on how much progress you think we've made. I think we've made monumental progress, not only in. As I always said when Solsjkaer came in and we were going through those tough stages, I said, in a weird way, these poor results and these poor performances are steps forward, because you need to take steps back at times to take steps forward. And we saw that in getting rid of Romelu Lukaku, for example. So you get rid of Romelu Lukaku and you play Mason Greenwood to start with. Now, Mason Greenwood isn't going to get you the same goals immediately that Romelu Lukaku does. However, eventually he will exceed and sort of succeed Romelu Lukaku's goal tally and ability and all-round overall play. So you need to that's an example of taking steps back in order to take steps forward. So I think the stripping of the deadwood, the reinvigoration of sort of the Manchester United culture at the club, and aside from that as well, the league position in itself is 3 positions up, right? Everyone's banging on about Frank Lampard, but the guy took him from 3rd to 4th. We've gone from 6th to 3rd, 3 semi-finals. Now, that's not me celebrating 3rd and 3 semi-finals, but that is me celebrating progression. So, absolutely, I said to someone on Twitter, if you can't see the progression, mate, you don't understand football. I just don't. Maybe that's just me being harsh, but I don't see how you can think that from Jose Mourinho and that absolute calamity that was his career at Manchester United, how you don't understand how you can't see that we've gone forward. And it's exciting going into the future. We just need to invest well. That's all it's what it's all about. And that's what I said. Maybe tonight's exit of the Europa League could be a blessing in disguise, and that might kick the sort of backsides of Ed Woodward and the rest.
It's going to be a long transfer window, that's for sure. Be interesting to see who we get. But listen, it's been a long season. Enjoy the short rest before we go again. And keep up the stuff on the shows as well, man. And I'll see you very soon. I
appreciate it, Flex. And if everyone watching, I think Jadon Sancho might be great, but Mike Oxmel's Grim might be a fantastic signing too. So you never know. We might get him in from Lyon,
bro. At least though, to my credit, and well, to your credit, you just admitted it. To my credit, I literally was trying to. I'm so thick. I was like, couldn't work it out. It took me ages to work it out.
Yeah, same.
And I still said, instead of going, yeah, decent player, I literally went, never heard of him, mate.
Mate, that's the thing, because I mean, this is a little bit of a wayward conversation, but absolutely, I was like, mate, I said to them, imagine I'd gone, do you know what? Yeah, brilliant player. I know all about him. Let's get him in. He'll transform Manchester United, because we're not transfer experts. We're not football experts. We're football fans that like to think we know a little bit about football. So absolutely. But, you know, you never know. Ox smells drink.
Chat shit, get sussed. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
there you go.
Authenticity.
Bro,
Exactly.
I'll see you soon, yeah?
See you soon, man. Speak to you.